How's it going, everyone? Today I'm gonna respond to the latest tiering survey for the OU tier. It was released earlier today. This is the fourth survey, and let's take a look. It might have a bunch of questions for how I feel like about the tier, about some mons, right? Starting with, how much do you enjoy SVOU right now, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the best? I would say 8. I do enjoy it very much, and though I think it could be better, it could be more enjoyable with certain Pokemon being gone. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a nice 8 here. I think it's really good. It people claim that it's like the worst gen ever, and I disagree. I think it is really fun and it is really good. It is a bit harder than other gens, to be honest, and yeah, it's a bit you could say like there's too much stuff to learn, so I guess it could feel a bit overwhelming at the start, right? There's so many mons, and there's so much new tech, and then terrestrialization, new moves, new abilities, and all that stuff, so it could be overwhelming, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's a good gen, especially after compared to the start of SPOU. That was like awful. That was really awful. I would give it that, but yeah, right now I think it's in a good state and it could become better. How competitive do you find SVOU to be right now? I would give it an 8 too. Yeah, it's pretty competitive, like 8 or 9, but yeah, I'm just gonna go 8 on both. It's fine. Then for the following questions, rate how worthy of tier action you feel these Pokemon are. First one is Darkrai, and I'm gonna drop a 5 on that. Get this thing out of here. I think this thing is pretty much broken. It has like too much versatility. It's really fast. Like this is the 4th fastest Pokemon in the tier, I believe. No, Deoxys, Dragapult, Zamazenta, Boulder, and this thing, I believe. So like 5th or 6th. Basically it's really fast. Nobody uses Boulder anyways, so yeah, it's really fast, and it's just powerful. It has amazing coverage, versatility, like it can use a million items, specs, Scarf, Life Orb, Expert Belt, Sash, Leftovers, heavy duty boots, and a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I think it is broken. I'm gonna talk about this on another video about Darkrai. I'm planning to do that, so we're gonna talk about Darkrai more there. But yeah, Darkrai is a 5. I think it should get a suspect test very soon. Then comes, how do you feel about Ogerpon? Now, Ogerpon Wellspring seemed really powerful and really problematic, like some time ago, but I feel like now I think meta has gotten used to it. I have also gotten used to it. I used to think it was really powerful and needed action, but I think now it's stable. I don't struggle against Ogerpon anymore. Meta has evolved. It's just like the biggest problem with Ogerpon is why it's not broken, in my opinion, because it gets chipped down very easily. It cannot use heavy duty boots, so hazards are the worst thing for any Ogerpon except the grass one, of course. But Ogerpon, and then it has a singular Terra type, only water, so you know how to revenge kill it, how to counter it. You don't have to do those 50-50s that you have to do with other Pokemon like Darkrai or Zamazenta. So yeah, I think Ogerpon, it's still not really balanced. I think it's still really powerful and maybe a bit broke on the scale of brokenness. It may be a bit over the line of balance, but so I'm gonna give it a 3. So 3 indicates potentially ban worthy, so I think Ogerpon W is a 3 for me. Then how do you feel about Zamazenta? I'm giving that thing a 5. Now a lot of people might disagree with it, but I think Zamazenta does not belong in the OU tier. People argue that it has a lot of counterplay, but Zamazenta is one Pokemon that has the ability to go through those counter measures. It doesn't have as great of a coverage as Darkrai, but I think what the coverage it has is enough for it to be ban worthy in my opinion, because it doesn't need any other coverage. It has a ice type coverage for like a Lando, it has a steel type coverage for fairy types, it has dark type coverage for psychic types and ghost types. So yeah, it doesn't need anything else. Hell, it even has stone edge for flying types, which is heavily underrated. People only think about like iron defense and body press sets, but the real things stands with the all-out attackers and bandit sets, because you don't expect that, and they have the power to get destroy your countermeasures. Like if you have a Zapdos for Zamazenta, you can get hit by a bandit stone edge until you know, right, that they are leftovers. Because even heavy duty boots, all-out attacker stone edge is gonna 2-hit KO Zapdos. Same with Slowking Galar. What if you get hit by Crunch? There's a chance that you have a very rare Terra Dark Crunch, so that it can 2-hit KO Goldengo. And besides, Terra just makes it much more broken. Like fire and steel, you always have to do this 50-50s. You have a Scarf and Amorous, hell, it can Terra on you in a fire or steel type, and you have to predict if it's gonna do it or not. And it even has Heavy Slam, so it doesn't even need like any additional power to just knock Enamorous out with Heavy Slam, right? Basically what I'm trying to say is, I think I talked a lot, but basically what I'm trying to say is that Zamazenta is too fast and too bulky and has enough coverage for it to run rampant, in my opinion. Because even if you have countermeasures, you are not certain that they are like guaranteed countermeasures, in my opinion. So yeah, Zamazenta, I feel like it is a 5 and it should get banned, or at least it deserves a suspect test after Darkrai. So yeah, then comes Kyurem. How do I feel about Kyurem? I think it's not broken at all, because Glowking is running everywhere. And now, yeah, Glowking is the only countermeasure to Kyurem aside from Blissey, which is not that common. You can pretty much only run Blissey on stall, but it has the same problem as Ogerpon. It is kind of slow. It doesn't do in my opinion, it doesn't do much if you're not running specs. I don't think heavy duty boots Kyurem sets are good and with specs it is vulnerable to hazard and all that stuff. I would say the most broken set for Kyurem is the DD set, because it can catch you off guard, and it can be really threatening and sweep if you leave it unconsidered, right, like DD and then a Terra Fire for like a Kingambit or Goldengo. But then again, it has to Terra to be of some use. It's not like Volcarona that would just, if Terras and sets up, then it's just gonna go wild. It's not like that. So I don't think Kyurem is ban worthy. I would give it a 2. Then comes Raging Bolt. I don't think that thing's ban worthy either. I'm not even gonna say anything. That thing is just not ban worthy. Any Pokemon that has to rely on priority, which can easily be blocked by a ground type, is not broken. No, it is super bulky, and that's the case with a lot of Pokemons in the tier. Look at Kyurem, it doesn't die to a lot of stuff. And look at Zamazenta, and look at what else is there which is really bulky in the tier. I don't know, I can't think of anything, but there's a lot of Gouging Fire, right? Gouging Fire, it's an amazing Pokemon. It's extremely bulky. So yeah, I don't think Raging Bolt is broken at all. It is a 2, even 1 I would say, but let's keep it a 2 because it's a bit above balanced. It's not like completely balanced. It is like one of the top tier Pokemons in my opinion. So yeah, let's say 2. And then how do I feel about Kingambit? This one's a little tricky because Kingambit's ability to reverse sweep any scenario is just amazing, right? It's just, it could be deemed ban worthy on that fact that it can reverse sweep in any scenario if it's left unattended or like unchecked, right? But I think there's like more counterplay than any of these mons except like Raging Bolt. There's more counterplay for Kingambit, like Zamazenta of course is one of the best ones, and Encore users like fast Dragapult with Will-O-Wisp, like Pokemon that can burn it, and it has the same situation with Raging Board like Sucker Punch, right? It has to rely on hitting Sucker Punch. So yeah, I think it's not broken. It's not balanced either, so let's just give it a 2. It could be said that it's a 3, but I think I'd keep it at 2 because I don't think King Gambit should get banned. I think it's fine where it is. If Zamazenta gets banned, then maybe it's then you would say like, okay, maybe King Gambit needs to be looked at, and like then you do another tiering survey. But as long as Zamazenta is in the tier, I don't think King Gambit is broken at all. Like Great Tusk, Skarmory, Corviknight, Zamazenta, Encore users, Pokemon that can burn it, and then Terra of course, and Pokemon that are faster than it, and Pokemon that resist a +2 Terra Dark Sucker Punch and have a move that can easily knock it out. Valiant, of course, one of the best counters, Valiant. How can I forget that? Yeah, I just realized Valiant. So yeah, I don't think King Gambit is broken. I think it's pretty like it belongs in the tier, I would say. Yeah. Is there anything else not already mentioned you would like to see the council look into? I'd say Roaring Moon, but lately there's been like some counterplay to Roaring Moon lately. Innovations like Sticky Bark Clef is biggest one. I've been using that. I love Sticky Bark Clef these days. So I don't know how I feel about that, but Roaring Moon does deserve like a discussion at least. I don't like the fact that it wasn't mentioned in this survey. I think it should have been mentioned at least, because it is a very powerful Pokemon and deserves some discussion. Let's just leave it at that. Something also people talk about is, of course, terrestrialization is one of the biggest topics of discussion and potentially action, but no, I don't think that's gonna happen, and I don't even want Terra type to get banned at this point. I was really skeptical at the start, but now I've gotten used to it, and I think I kind of like it. It brings more fun to the game itself, and I am one that finds fun in things, right? I don't want to be that try hard that just wants to win or something like that. I think if there is no fun, then it's pointless. So yeah, it brings out that fun mechanic, and that's why I think Terra type needs to be there. And it's not like it's completely broken. People have adapted to it now. It's not like Pokemon can use any Terra and work with it. There's like a limited pool of Terras, and it could sometimes be easily determined. Sometimes it is not that easy to determine what Terra Pokemon has. But overall, I think it's not that broken. So yeah, Roaring Moon deserves some discussion. One thing also people mention is booster energy, but I don't think that's broken at all. I don't think it deserves discussion either, because it's just a one-time boost. Like, yes, you might get reverse sweep by like a booster Valiant if your team is weak to it, but that's just the name of the game, right? Like, there's just so many Pokemons that we're at a stage that's just the state of the games. You have to deal with it somehow. You cannot just go at everything and ban it. So in my opinion, I think this is fine. Booster energy and Terra. So yeah, Roaring Moon deserves some discussion. Then what do we have? This can include Pokemon or other elements of game. Yeah, it's fine. And then, did you play at least one game of SVOU during World Cup? No. And SV game in SPL? No. Did you play? No. Did not qualify for Smogon Tour. Did you get voting requirements for the SVOU World Cup? Yes, I did. And are you top 250 on the SVOU ladder? See this list. If so, what is your alt? We do screen for duplicate claims. I was actually like top 100, but then I played a lot of games and dropped. So I don't know if I am actually on the list or like in the top 50 right now. As of now, let's see. I'm definitely not above 1800 as far as I know. Oh, maybe I am. Wow. No, I'm not. Yeah, 211, 1793. There am I. Yep. Okay, I'm in 250. All right. That's good. So yeah. Let's just mention. Yes, I'm at number 211 on the ladder with the account name Amaske. There we go. So yeah, this is the survey. One thing I also wanted to mention regarding Ogre Pawn was that it has, I think it's going through the same situation what gouging, same situation as gouging fire, because gouging fire was deemed broken when the suspect test, before the its suspect test, and when the suspect test hit, and I was one of them. I thought gouging fire was broken, but now it wasn't banned at that point, and now we have adapted to it. I think it has died down a lot. You don't see much gouging fire usage these days. It is there, of course. It will stay OU in my opinion. It's never gonna drop down, but yeah, I think its usage has dropped significantly than what it was when like the breaking swipe set was discovered. So yeah, I think Ogre Pawn W is going through the same situation, and we will adapt to it eventually, and I don't think it deserves tiering action. So yeah, this is my opinion about the state of SVOU. This is the tiering survey. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what do you think about Zamazenta. This is like one of my personal opinion and might be controversial, because a lot of people don't think Zamazenta is broken. So yeah, let me know what do you think about specifically Zamazenta in the tier if you play SVOU. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos as well. I will do a Darkrai discussion video after this, so stay tuned for that and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.